President Irfaan Ali on Thursday said his government intends to account to the nation for every cent earned from the oil and gas industry. To ensure this is accomplished, he told the parliament that the Ministry of Finance, through the Finance Secretary, will be asked to publish details of all financial data relating to oil. This information will be published in the National Gazette and supported by legislation. To prove his seriousness, the president said the legislation, which will be tabled soon, will ensure that if the information is not published, then failure to do so would be punishable by law.
My government also intends to account to the nation for every cent earned from the industry and for every cent that is spent. To accomplish this, legislation will be introduced during this session of the National Assembly, making the Finance Minister and the Finance Secretary responsible for publishing details of all revenue and expenditure in the official gazette, allowing the people to track all transactions. We are the custodians of the people's asset and will account to them for all that we do. That is why we'll also establish a regulatory framework that is independent of politicians, and why we'll build strong national capability to hold oil companies accountable and to verify production and other expenditures.
The head of state said that several measures will be taken to ensure the oil sector is properly governed, among which is the modernization of Guyana's oil laws. Dr. Ali says his government will also take steps to build the capacity for cost oil audits. Ali said too that work has begun to create a model production sharing agreement that is in line with international standards. Even with the Petroleum Commission still to be established, Dr. Ali said efforts continue to ensure the fortifying of the local content policy and accompanying legislation.
We must also acknowledge that we cannot take advantage of our oil and gas resources without the considerable investment of the companies now operating in the sector. They're entitled to a fair return on their investment. Therefore, our relationship should be based on fairness, on equity, and on mutual interests.
But even with work ongoing to strengthen the regulatory and legislative governance framework for oil and gas sector, the president made it clear that the nation's traditional sectors will not be abandoned. Ali said that efforts will be made to ensure a portion of the oil money is used to make these industries globally competitive.